Hello. We're contemplating the word of power. The word power on a scenario. I'm in tech. I'm in tech globe map. So you have your mapping of your entity, what you represent. You might represent the right party right now. You might be broadcasting for people that listen to you. You might be a leader of your own entity or just representing it. You may be going right now to do a peace deal, knowing very well that you might be rejected because the other person, people are hurt. They are not in a right condition to respond, and they have already invested for decades to always reject. I have here the Bishop Baron said that Jesus is not a guru or a master, and the Pope as well, saying that Jesus is not a guru and a master. He is more. Each person has their own entity. We cannot ask people to have compassion and to turn their other cheek, as we do and have done and continue. I have the power to put a few people into jail. I normally have two court cases every 6 months or year. There's always people that give me evidence and they end up in court. So I just get extra money, some extra money, just upload the evidence, tell the story, and chronologically. It takes 2 afternoons. There are many times the power of compassion comes because you know this person is under other circumstances. We have right now on Tuesday, the 21st of April of 2026, a president in the United States that likes to project and manifest. Yeah. So, he is very into show business and business and cares very much of making deals. Uh, to be a little bit more precisely, it will help to explain to the people in Iran that they need a leader with whom to talk with, because the situation there is, it has no leadership. The leader is healing his hurt, and he's not in a condition to respond for his own country. If there are international law that could determine the conditions for a leader of a country, I could ask, because it's very serious. Our brothers and sisters can free themselves. So, speaking of power in a scenario, when someone has power on a scenario, we're going to read the synonymous of power, who's split in 5 here. And you can see, oh, there you go. There you go. You might not know where you're going, but you might attune to be precisely precise. It is good to come from both sides. And you cannot have people entering in and out of Iran. You need a circulation of international people so they don't feel it's from the free world or the Eastern world. So they don't feel hurt and attacked, because they've been attacked and they have been preparing to defend, and they have been producing and giving all power into machinery, the war in Ukraine to support Russia and break a long-standing structure of the world order with their break, their shakes of hands. So it is like the headmaster of school is not well, and all the teachers are try to run a school without knowing, nor having the position to bring order. So I like you to see the scenario with the vibration, whatever word it is that you have. We might be eternal. Our body is passed away. So we think to have a good life, be good with one another. To be good with ourselves as well. Power dividing in five parts. Above is control. Before, a bit lower, above is forcefulness. Next side is ability. On the other side, in the middle, is strength. And below is authority. How can you all work together without having an authority figure that is responding? Spain cannot think well. You cannot make decisions or bring new ideas. Nothing can enter when you are drugged as well. You are in another space. Control has this synonymous. Supremacy, mastery, dominion, ascendancy, mana. Powerfulness divides in powerfulness, cogency, persuasiveness, eloquence, potency. Strength divides in brawn, wally, potency, and vigor. Ability divides in potential, capacity, competence, competency, and the anto- antonymous is incapacity. Right? So sometimes when a person has been hurt and feels powerless, it cannot make a decision as well. Nor talk because is powerless, is incapacitated, unless it likes to exercise and experience a power. He doesn't need to be more powerful than anyone. We are all here humans. The King Charles today spoke about the 100 birthdays of the Queen Elizabeth. 100 birthdays. And he talked about her. You can listen to his speech. It's only 2 minutes and very precise, where we all have a role for peace. Below authority is authorization, prerogative, warrant, privilege, license. When I press in control, that's above, I guess the leader would like to have his own country under control from external or internal forces of their own people that are against. They will resist as they have been doing, but they do not know how to communicate At the same time, they believe that suppressing people is better. I want to thank all the influencers who are trying to make a better world and trying to appreciate the freedom of expression that we have. We can also run under, we can really run under a dictatorship where the freedom that we enjoy today can be taken away and then justice can be fair, as we are exposing everything in this era. But it's not the era of Charlie Kirk. Candace owns Charlie Kirk. They were supported by Jews who make these investments to support the youth on political fields. So it's not up against Jews or Arabs. To each part bringing this understanding. Call it the Generation Set coming out. It was a very good documentary. Um, I was listening to On the Rest is Politics from UK. Right now, this is why I love to make a recording today. Um, it is difficult to know what's going on in Iran from their part. It's interesting to know what's the next scenario going to be. Where are we going? So on the other side, it would be better they talk with people of their likes to stop this. I might not understand to see them wanting to talk with people who are bombing them and are allies with those who are also bombing Gaza and also Lebanon. These eternal wars. So these worlds are killing each other from their streams. We have to understand this is the raw reality. They can't let go. The most honest, raucous, when you listen to people that are talking precisely of what's happening. Um, any suggestions, words. So in control splits with power above, instruments on the side, switch on the other side. You can switch off, switch on and off. On the other side, restrain, and below is self discipline, a self mastery, mastery. So above is more higher consciousness or more refined, and below is always a bit of a more heavier synonymous. It's the same meaning, but it has a different position and orientation. So, how could you stop this pain that's been going for so long before we were born? We can enjoy some creativity with instruments that we like to share. For example, we can control those instruments, and maybe Iran can pick the countries they would like to talk with about this mediation of peace. But we in the world are talking spontaneously to come together to stop these wars. I feel responsible because my father, Arturo Plasencia, has put behind the politics in Venezuela, has put together the OPEC. He was a thinker behind Chavez Hugo Frias. He's been a thinker before any president, as a writer and a strategist. It was his will. He would speak as a he was a genius that to unite the OPEC, China and Russia against the tyranny of all these wars, because America cannot own the world. And yes, he would talk against imperialism. He realized he made a big mistake before he died. I was against that, as he was teaching me his perspective. He said I was an imperialist like my mother. He said, I thought you were socialist because you like the people. You you are like your mother, an imperialist. I see. So, but there's an in between. You cannot live with the poor people. They're gonna kill you. They're going to kill you and steal from you or both. The resentment is such, but they don't know. They don't know how to say thank you, appreciate. I do not belong to any political party. I know I will watch him writing, and he resented having no money. So my mother would pay everything, and he would make sometimes and have basic income. He was very honored to have his own thoughts. He would not want to control his thoughts and writings because he could not pay the freedom he had to think. So, to some extent, it's good that all these countries have united against the empire. As you call it, or he would call it. There are many people in the world as well that don't belong to any. And these are extremist beliefs. It is good to bring balance. As I am the next generation, it is good to honor every nation. Smaller should always honor the bigger, even if they don't deserve it. They are the bigger. So, as an adult, I understood how I always thought my father was very rightful and noble, supported by all these words and ideals. But he had no idea what values are when it comes to earn your sense of property. Yeah. And become aware of how important it is for you to take care of your people. What are long lasting investments for you and your people to have education and free thought so they can all move according to a higher form of intelligence that has much to do in the intelligence that's been shared and you get to know from your own people as well. Be proud of it and certainly know there is no betrayal. You have a kingdom that's full of animals from different sources as well. So control divides on power, instrument, switch, self-discipline, and restraint. Power and breathe on these words. They can be healing, bring memories of what it means to you. Whatever spiritual power, whatever is a Catholic power, a Muslim power, you can feel all entity that's been hurt these decades. How God would say, they're hurting my people. I would love to go to Iran and talk with the leader, just help him. So I will just say it right now from my own prayers with synonymous to be more precisely. So it doesn't have to be unstable. You are today precisely with this. You know what you want. You might not know how you're going to get there. In your mind, you're going to take over Europe and America in 300, 500 years with all the migrants. And you will keep investing on weapons. Yeah. This is, you will keep investing in suppressing your people and killing them if you don't see they are doing what you want. So now you have somebody that's like that with you, right? So we have powers that are overpowering and powers that are sometimes too much. or you might think everyone is against you, against your power. Is taken by surprise. So you are not the powerful person you've always been. Now you have a role that's more powerful than what you were. So jurisdiction, supremacy, mastery, superintendence, charge, being in charge. Instruments, control panel, a dashboard, console, dials, dash, oh, restraint, to check regulations, break, limitation, a core. So, what defines our nation are also its limitations, right? So, you're sharing a piece with other countries in this world. Yeah, as a leader. I'm not a leader of any nation, but you are. And in the same way are the journalists, the media, creating a landscape of healing as well for that which is democracy. It has a psychological power, democracy. You might say that freedom is not good. Of course, just just a year ago, it wasn't accepted to have so much freedom for whatever freedom gives you that power. The freedom to do what? With how much power? To do what? Switch divides in knob, lever, dial, button, instrument. So you can control the switch, you can control precisely, yeah, the grace precisely. You are tuning and playing, you are directing your orchestra. Self discipline, self discipline. So sometimes you might have people that have been self disciplined to encounter all sorts of adventures. Or do you have people that are all the same? They have been indoctrinated to all be the same. They all say the same. They all say the same, do the same. So you don't have much self discipline into other humans that are beyond your frontiers. You do not have that experience of self discipline towards disorbitating factors that are unaware to you. So there's a self discipline to move with stranger things. In the paranormal, there is a degree of uncertainty if you have to remember without the gravity of yourself what is that to reach those. So for self discipline, you have self restraint, coolness, self mastery, self command. Yeah, it takes a lot of practice sometimes to go out there, but I have been as many in the free world with a lot of curiosity to meet other people from around the world and travel as well. We have not been raised with hatred. And some people want to me to be vulnerable, but look, these are words for the leader of Iran to for his recovery with power as he's taking position of being in charge. And I want to say things that might not be polite because I see there are people that want to be in charge. Perhaps they're not as educated. And there is devotion towards what the last leader did. So they have nothing to say. It's very easy to follow up and also talk about what you like the other to follow up. What is for the next month. So we will keep talking about power this week, as it is the last week of the month, and we have a few days to talk, perhaps, uh, in the transition between months and the scenarios. What is precisely? We're moving precisely. So you know what is your destiny. This is what I wanted to. We can talk next month, perhaps, about structure. I guess they will want to have stability. You cannot have control over your country right now. You can have power when you are precise. So defending is releasing everything you have construct. You have created this war. your ancestors. My father had created this only for the nations of the world to have their power and no one to dominate them. I never wanted to be around politics and become a serious person and so boring. So please excuse me. In these prayers, I feel that balance is a word as well, but there is no balance. So I don't want to lie. I can only massage a word that is around the reality, that is possible, that one is perceiving the reality of today and where we are going in plural. We have all these worlds within these worlds to understand. I don't think Americans as well, they don't have much idea what is the Middle East. I find the I find this political party very brutish on all these wars as well. Had another word that is speed. So we might have to accelerate. And if you can have many people working on the international law system of the core system to accelerate, because it's not to speed, it's to accelerate. I think so. Accelerate. We are integrating this law. We need these laws to come out. This cannot come from United States. It has to be uh, a group of people that belong to the same universal composition. If Putin agrees as well, technologically speaking, and with this coin, we can bring peace. We need to see these laws as soon as possible to convince. We also need from Iran their freedom of expression. We need to hear their people, to free their minds. We can share our pain as well. We can be drugged in this for decades. And the best solution is to put an atomic bomb in Israel or Iran or both. The war seems better. Um, Russia, you can bring the best out of you. You can bring the best out of you. Taking Donald Trump out of the presidency could help bring peace, but there are people behind it that want to stop these wars by finishing this war with a final war. is the old way of thinking, one that has been already set up and has started. You only have the realms, but war is also a form of power. The administration of Trump is evolving and doing good things as well. And Trump listens to his people. And we might be very ungrateful, but we see people that are sharing good things that come from the politics right now and understand that we need to do good right now. We can't be fighting to bring a president down right now. Maybe some have the luxury to do that. And the support. Who knows? Who knows what will happen? We don't know what's going to happen. We precisely know what we want. It's like a watch that is precisely with the minutes and the seconds and the hours and the days. And it will come from one scenario to the next. Just like that. You say yes is yes. You have the power to say no. It is no. It is within your power. We can pray for immortality, but you can have an immortal demon or an immortal source of transformation that has learned to heal yourself, transform as the highest power with others, for others as well. You can ask scientists what happens when you put people to war. We have better forms to exist without the need of brutish force that is power as well. Another power enters through you that is more domineering. You might reach that is coming through you, and you are destined to do what is commanded for you to do from your highest self until your last breath. When you are in a divine, pure exaltation of yourself, when you're balanced within yourself, when you know that there is good that can last in the memory of your body and in the memory of the body of your people as well. learning to trust. When you are secure of what is good and fulfilled, there's nothing to fear. So when you see that others are taking down their nuclear weapons, like in the United States and Russia, you will also. Countries have the right to defend themselves unless everyone is having equally the same frequency to respect one another. Don't expect people from United States to say sorry or be nice. You will need to speak with one directly. You're talking with a thief wants to take your country and everything you own. But you don't want that. There is no way. You wish to be understood by the world. That is your country. There is no defeat. So we learn to see both sides as fathers to your nation without any feminine balance. You are mirrors of yourselves. You are the old man and woman. And that is your relationship to see each other from different angles and the same power trips, authoritarian. But one is a bit more flexible than the other with its people. Will they give away their nuclear powers as Russia? That's something we need to see in the map. We can see and do it together. Yeah. Cannot be that one country has so many weapons and is going to be torturing the world with wars to take over. And it's saying it. It's gonna take it for him. So that is not a person I represent, all right? To the president of Delcy Rodriguez in Venezuela, I already told her that she has allowed to enter a Trojan horse. Yeah. I don't know where the British or the rest of the world to help stop this. I don't know who has a supreme power to stop this. They might hate the great ideas that are coming out from the Western world. Hmm? I'm not feeling that vulnerable. I walk 3 hours to get free food. I need to get my children back. I feel so hopeless and powerless that no one is paying me. And you're killing each other with bombs. And I have to deal with this. I dreamt with Bill Gates, and he liked the idea, and he was very entitled, and he liked being liked by his people. That he agreed, yeah, because he's so genius. But he liked the idea, but he didn't give a fuck about me. He also was stealing this idea as well. But my work, what is the work of a person when it's not paid? I can talk about power, but they are not paying me my work. So they will keep talking about power. I wouldn't trust them a bit, to be honest. I'm not here for United States. I'm here for the world, to respect each world, each nation, and for the nations to come together against tyranny. But look at your own tyranny. Trump is using people goodness to look good, all right? Uh, the freedom of expression is because it's convenient for him. They were shutting him. They should have put him in jail. United States did not say the truth about what kind of person. It didn't go in the news. All these trials. You are using him so he does good to America and drug addicts. To hell with ayahuasca. And he's using it for his own benefit. An image. These are the people we have to deal with. So ask with whom you like to speak, and you should be giving the opportunity to speak. We have another word that maybe people want to talk about that is maxing, looks maxing. So I don't know, we can just talk about maxing, uh, get a little groove about maxing, the new generation. So you see, I was gonna put direction instead of power because there is no director talking. You cannot go back to how it was. And America also is having its inner revolution from the present to the future. You can see it coming. And it's gonna be glorious. The same person that is resisting a map to show the money of the governments, he is resisting that. They want to take from all the money of the governments. Yeah, so you needed a war to distract people because we're so good to make a peace. We're so good to clean all your shit and disasters. But you run the show now. You have all the power in the world to fuck it up again and again and say whatever the fuck you want and have no one taking you down from where you are because everything is a disgusting ruin of this world. Used to be. You are the last corrupted pig and pedophile and abuser pretending to be the all powerful. Nobody likes you anymore. Not even your wife. She's been so loyal. You kill your wife. She didn't fall down from the stairs. She was talking too much, right? After everything you gave her. And marry this type of woman, so what are they gonna do? She has nothing else to do. Nobody cares. These are the people that have gone to become a president. People have to be good, so they bring goodness to the country, not because they deserve it, but the people deserve it. In the same way to Iran, people have to fight because they have put them to fight. They've learned hatred to fight. They have to support that. They know nothing else. There's nothing else in their brain. And there is Russia and China. They are accomplices. It doesn't matter what they say. So this is a big fuck you. They are enjoying that power of saying fuck you. It's totally heartbreaking. So I would like to sometimes say I'm just going to just going to work hard 6 days. It doesn't matter my education, my high education. It doesn't matter the free time I have invested decades. It's been stolen everything. And I continue here trying to get my money from my work. I've been here 5 years. I could have recovered my kids. I had another lawsuit. I could have won a good part. I already won another lawsuit and I need it. But I have decided to move on this direction. Well, you have corrupted people being presidents and fighting for their group. You won't have a tech globe mob or a fairness to see the money of the government. People in politics are powerless. They will continue supporting their left or right, like schizophrenics. And there is not going to be much progress in human consciousness. So there's a split of reality between the people in power, the slave that think they have freedom. Because it is impossible to say that I have freedom from all the work I have created. And even just working here with something that is necessarily for the multiverse. But they're not doing nothing because they're hiding. They like to watch people suffer. Deep inside, they are sadists or powerless because they want everyone to love them and they cannot justify anything for anyone. They're afraid of being judged because they have so much power. They talk about peace, but they don't give a shit. Mm? They want you to do the work and fill their pockets with it and enjoy how much you suffer with showing your vulnerability. So they pat their shoulders when they are in their meetings and laugh about it because it's so low class. But here we are, sharing our little secret, torturing this wannabe person because we deserve their work, their blood, their goodness. Do you think I care who's gonna be queen? Like, that's not queen to me. You want that story and that narrative? That's what you are recording. Right. This is this is not the way to talk with adults that are responsible. This can happen right now. Just right now. Accelerating right now. Just bring it on. You don't need to kill people in the world to do this. You invite them kindly. You say, don't worry, we're gonna watch how Trump is going to go. So we're gonna try not talk about it. That's the destiny he has created. We are not the people creating this. These are the wannabe on the top of the league. They will do anything for power because they think they can do it better. And when they get up there, they end up doing the same. How do you know so much? How do you know so much? You just look at your faces. This is what you say. You're saying that. You're saying that. You think power is how you dress. Having power is having acknowledgement from so many people. You're not gonna talk with the leader of Iran because you're so powerful. You only talk with whom? With your allies. You only talk bad about some girl that nobody knows. Having all the power in the world to have a fair, nice conversation and help stop all these wars. And make someone change their opinion because you are a good person. They want to be the leaders of the world as well. They want to see the West destroyed with freedom of expression, but they failed. They can see the importance that their people can also grow with it. They have the same affinities of feeling superior over other people and entitled to suck people's energy and power. Oh, why are you there? Lighting as well. Question. You don't need words when you see the actions. So you like to be reborn with immortal love, with immortal life. You like to seek into the Sufis and show the world the character traits of the Sufis, or the universal 50% of people will travel on and off to give room to others, will be nomads like Sufis. It's not about a goal. You can be precise that you're going to this station and you're going to have a meeting. You can be precise that's going to happen. And they will insist for good or bad. And you can also insist. But people need to work day and night and accelerate the formula of peace. Okay? It's not about listening to anyone, exercising it. So they say, yes, we see the logic, we see the powers of the world united and being respected. We see Donald Trump is not in power anymore, and Israel stop and will return to Palestinians their land. Perhaps they might return half of it. But that's something that should have never happened. It was right and to happen. The war from Russia as well, and China. So you don't want people to war, and you have to do war, so they stop the war. And it goes on and on and on, life after life, living with death, misery, famine, investing in more war. You have to touch the reality. That is the backstage birth in these countries. So now they look at the happy Europe. So they go to war. Imagine. Europe is not going to go to war because Europe didn't start any war. Is that clear? It will support democracy. It will protect democracy. And people are free to move with democracy and are empowered to talk with one another. We're creating better forms for democracy as well, to select and deselect who is worthy of our attention. We want peace. This is the message of the Pope. We can do it, be creative right now. There's a lot of creative people wanting to be creative. We do not have to talk about others making peace. So there is only moving forward. Pick precisely on these points and talk to the world. Talk in the cameras. We're on 2026, doing this for many years already. I can come back in the next 5 years as well and see how far you got, or if you're still here. I want to finish this. I don't care you're in power. I'm not your friend. I'm interested in peace and for abundance to reign throughout humans that can interact with one another and be transparent. It requires work to do that, work from oneself, to give yourself, to practice something that belongs to your generation as brothers and sisters. As the king said, from the best of our parts. So if you're talking with people, be nice. But we also need to see Russia and the United States and all those weapons coming down in the technological map. All this law has this has to come as soon as possible for peace. So these are the people who are going to bring the balance. It's impossible to see people that are so arrogant, both sides, to have anything in common but arrogance. I have my arrogance as well. I want to be a mirror of your arrogance. We have all the emotions as humans. Even when we talk about Jesus, we can be arrogant. I can have other friends and other professors and masters. I can love Jesus with all those who learn the narrative. But I like the image of Jesus to be giving light. Hmm, giving light. So it can be a little higher or down, a little lower, down. To our psychology, as Christians, to see a free Jesus. It's a cycle of suffering. So there's no structure that can hold for so long the same story. All right? Okay, bye bye. Make your story. Make your part of the story. Open the doors, the gates of Iran, or to share the Sufis and twirl and heal as we heal from all the horrors that we have seen. Bring the best right now. And I wish you have better people talking with you who are bringing you a better world you're fighting for. You will never win. No one is going to win. If you still like to be alive and let others as well. So, unfortunately, the arrogance of Donald Trump and all his people will talk of if they are winners, and the arrogance of the Iranians as well. And who are we to be watching this? Let's cut it off, right? Change of direction and be more precisely, because you have your own pain from your own father. Jesus, a divine masculine needs to come out to bring order, right? If there is another divine masculine to bring this with the team day and night to work on it. Hopefully, with the gentlest people of United Kingdom. Can't allow all this to happen. I used to scream to God, why does He? Many times. Why does He have to put the good people to do the dirty work of others? I really wish this ends. Good people should never have to do that. Should never fix people's problems. People can do it on themselves. There are a lot of innocent people that don't have a voice, or they don't have the knowledge and they don't have the power. They will be reborn with the same. So please, cut it off. Bye.